DJ Delz.
What's good? Welcome to a brand new DJ Delz podcast. If you're listening on iTunes, shout out to you. If you're listening to it on SoundCloud, shout out to you. And if you're listening to it on YouTube over at the Delz Show, shout out to you too. And I really recommend everyone subscribing to all of those channels. Just great to know what's going on with all those channels. I post all different kind of stuff on all of them, on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and of course on my YouTube. So definitely show that love and support. If you're listening on iTunes, it helps so much if you actually leave feedback for the show. So please leave some feedback. Good, bad, doesn't matter. I appreciate it. Now we're going to get right into Q&A because I have so much Q&A and a lot of it has to do with what I want to speak about today. So let's go right to the first question from E. Price the King. He wants to know my thoughts on the 11 highs releasing in November and December. What is going on? Is Jordan Brand getting greedy? I think they're just trying to create a lot of hype for the holidays. I do think though that red sneakers, they're not as hype as it used to be, like with the red sneakers. If they released that when Melo was wearing them, and we seen those images, and a lot of us were like, yo, that's crazy, that pair of kicks, it would have been a bigger deal versus now. I think that it's just like that whole red sneaker fad is kind of gone. It came and left, but I always love rocking red kicks, so I'm always going to dig them, but I feel like there was like a little bit of a fad during the Red October release and all that stuff. Like everything came out red sneakers from all different brands, and it was like a whole fad, and it kind of faded away. I think a lot of the hype beasts think that red sneakers are played out and they're not going to wear them. My personal opinion, I'm a little disappointed. I thought they were going to be releasing Air Jordan 4s, but it looks like they're going to be releasing that Midnight Navy 11, which I don't mind. I like the Navy 11 more than that red colorway. That's just me, though. Next question we got from Bammy writes, why is Jordan Brand messing up these 11s? I don't really know exactly what you mean. I wish you went into a little bit more with that, but I'm assuming maybe new colorways. He doesn't like the new colorways. I wish they released OG colorways. I'm good with all these new colorways. I would have loved a pair of cool gray 11s, a new pair of Concords. That would have been great, but they gave us two new colorways. Next year, I'm sure they'll hit us off with the OG colorway. Next, we got from Reed the Sun God. Is Max B really coming home? From my understanding, he should be home 2 to 4 years. So that would be fantastic. He could get back to what he loves doing, recording music, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait for him to be free. Next, we got from Berserker King. He writes, the ZO2s. I did a whole video on that, and it was kind of funny. I did 2 different ones, so just search that with my name, DJ Delz. But as far as my opinion on the whole situation, quickly, I think that it was kind of smart. I mean, he got people talking about the brand. He was trending for like 2 days. People are still talking about it. So it was a good publicity stunt. I think so. And I was thinking about it. The shoe is definitely expensive, but getting his autograph in that case is less than $1,000. And I was looking at a bunch of like collectible sites that sell sports memorabilia, autographs and all that. That's a pretty cheap price. And this dude has some expectations to be great in the NBA. So it could be worth buying for an investment. You're paying under $100 for an autograph from someone that could be a superstar. You can't find that anywhere. So if anyone is really into collecting memorabilia, I think it's actually worth buying it autographed if you're into collecting them. Next we got from Dame Grease. Shout out to Dame Grease. We definitely got to do a new mixtape soon, man. Hit me up. Hit me on the cell, brother. He writes, which Jordan actually sold the most? Overall top grossing Jordan. I'm about 99% sure the Jordan 1 is the one. But I could be wrong. If you know the answer, correct me, guys. Next we got from 7 Sanchez 7. He writes, views on Trump firing Comey. I don't really know much about that, to be honest with you. I've been so busy lately. I've seen it trending. But I haven't been really following that, which, I know that sounds bad, but it is what it is. I've been super busy to follow politics. I've been working and busy with my family and friends and everything. And then he also writes, how do you feel about the underrated New Love release coming soon? I think it's cool. I like the sneaker, that colorway, I mean, I'm not losing my mind over it. I never owned that sneaker. So, like, for me, if I really loved that shoe, I would have capped it back then. I don't think it's underrated also. I just feel like all the hype is created by all these hype beasts now that are just into whatever is going to resell for a lot of money. So if it's not worth anything on the resale tip, people are overlooking like everything. It's more than just like sneakers like that. Like those white and red Air Jordan 1s that released, the metallic reds, that's an OG colorway that never released. But because of the fact that they're not worth any money right now, and the fact is they're worth less than what they're asking, because I guarantee you within the next month you'll be able to get them for under retail. Like, they're just sitting on the shelves. But if they were limited and they were going to sell for mad money, then that shoe would have flew off the shelves. It's all about the hype. It's all about the hype. And it's all about if the sneaker's going to be worth any money. Next we got from Reed the Poopy 2. He writes, he got the funniest name, but he actually puts good questions together. Shout out to him. He writes, do you think YouTube will be around in 10 years? And where do you see yourself in 10 years? I think YouTube will be around forever. Forever YouTube will be around. And where will I be in 10 years? I am really hoping working for a sneaker brand and designing sneakers. That's really what I want to be doing, and that's what I'm working on now. I have one sneaker that's releasing in August, and if that does very well, I'm sure I will have another sneaker releasing after that. And also, I'm working on another collaboration. So, everyone cross your fingers and hopefully that goes down, I'm working on doing a collaboration with someone else right now with a sneaker. So we're, as I said, cross your fingers. Hopefully this all works out. And I'd love to just work for a brand, and just put my heart and soul into the brand and work real hard to put great things together for the people. And I hope to do that sooner versus later. Next we got from Sneaker Baskets. He writes, what is your thoughts on Kodak Black the rapper? He's okay. I don't listen to a lot of his music, but there's a few joints that I don't mind, I'm going to be honest with you. Out of all these kind of mumble rapping dudes, he's probably the one I actually don't mind. A lot of the other ones, I just feel like some of it is just so dumbed down. I can't listen to it. I feel like I'm dumbing myself down listening to it, And then he also writes, do you think Nike basketball will ever make a comeback with maybe the Paul George line? I think it's possible, but I feel like the Paul George line, there's not a lot of hype behind it. The first sneaker that released, there was a little hype behind it, and then that was it, They need to figure out how to put out great concept sneakers again. That's what made them win back then. And now when they release a shoe, it's just another sneaker releasing in a new colorway. Versus before, when the LeBron 8s came out and they had the South Beach, and there was excitement to it. There's just not that excitement anymore, and I feel like people are losing that connect. And then you got companies like Adidas that is killing it with the runners and the comfort and the new looks. And then you have companies like Saucony doing amazing collaborations and telling stories, which Nike used to do with Nike SB, which they don't do anymore. Now you got companies like Saucony telling all these amazing stories through their sneakers with concepts and all kinds of great stuff. So, Nike needs to figure out how to get back in the game, give the people what they love, what they love about Nike. Nike just needs to figure that out, and that'll be dope. Next we got from Nate Serpent, aka Sneak Geek 87. He has changed his YouTube. He is now Nate Serpent. He put his name out there now. That is how it's going down with him. So make sure you subscribe to him. He's got a great channel, sneakers, food reviews. He says, I know you're an old hip-hop head, but is there anything recent you're feeling? The new Kendrick and Wale albums are dope in my opinion. I agree. I like them both. Wale's album just recently released, I think this week. I listened to it once. It was cool. I like Dave East. I like Don Q, Corner Stories. That's really what I'm vibing with right now. I do listen to new music. I'm just kind of picky. Like, I just don't like all the dumbed down shit. I feel like a lot of the new artists, they all sound the same. Like, it's the same shit over and over again. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. It's like they're all trying to be Migos or Future. Like, their flows is too much the same, man. It's crazy. It's too repetitive and dumbed down. I like Migos. Like, I fuck with Migos, you know? But, I want to hear different styles, man. Different sounds, different vibes. And I get that with Kendrick. I get that with Wale. Like, I fuck with those kind of artists. I just can't listen to the dumbed out mumble music. Like, mumble music is just not for me. Like, I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I can't do it, Captain. Is that from Star Trek or some shit? I never liked Star Trek. Actually, that's a lie. When I was a kid, I liked Star Trek. When I was real young, and then I stopped watching it. Maybe I should give Star Trek a chance. Maybe we should start watching that again. Next, we got from IGWE Bifton. He writes, which wrestler could do great with the sneaker deal? I would probably say Shane McMahon, definitely. I think Shane McMahon should have his own Jordan, and I'm shocked that this isn't going down yet. It should have gone down already. Like, as soon as he came back to WWE, because he's been in WWE for, I think, 2 years now he's been back. Why doesn't he have a Jordan deal? Jordan Brand showing him love, seeding him all the shoes. You see him on Instagram. Thank you, Jordan. He always got all these new J's. But why no sneaker deal? I would love Shane McMahon Jordan 3. I think that would be sweet, you know? So I think he would be the right dude. He's got longevity. He's a living legend. Someone like Enzo Amore, we don't know his future. You know, we don't know how he's going to be in 5 years. If he's going to be wrestling for WWE, making huge noise, or is he going to be in the indie circuit or TNA Impact, or where is he going to be? Lucha Underground. You just never know how his career is going to go as far as longevity. Only time will tell. There's people that love him. There's people that tell me he's so annoying now. They're like, God, his promos are terrible. I don't know what happened to him. I've even heard him getting booed live. So it's not good when that happens. But I can see him still being in WWE in 5 years. I'm not saying that he won't. But someone like Shane Mack, like, he definitely should have his own sneaker. Definitely. With Jordan Brand. Has to be with Jordan Brand. Next we got from HPT Say 812. He writes, with the recent movie success with Batista, do you think he's going to make a comeback to wrestling? I listened to the Jericho podcast, which I definitely recommend you listen to, where he has Dave Batista, talks about the movie, talks about how he tried to speak to Vince McMahon and Triple H about coming back. He wanted to do a retirement match versus Triple H, because if you remember, when he last left WWE, it ended with him and Triple H getting into it. So it would make sense for him to come back and have a feud with Triple H. And he wanted to do like a retirement type of thing where he would go in, work a storyline, and then that's it. It's a wrap for him. And he said that Vince was kind of giving him the runaround about that. And he was really kind of putting it out there that he's not happy with WWE. He just doesn't like the company. He likes working with the guys, like as far as the talent, the wrestlers, but he's not into the actual company. He says, you know, he said a lot of stuff about the company, man. And this isn't the first time he said something like that. He said it also on TMZ. He also wasn't happy how they suspended Titus O'Neil right around WrestleMania. He thought that was bullshit. Like, it's a must listen. You gotta listen to the podcast if you're a fan of Dave Batista. I did see Guardians of the Galaxy and I thought it was great. I definitely recommend seeing it also. It was really a good movie. I knew that was going to happen. I had faith in that flick. Next we got from Willa23 UK. He writes, isn't it lame to have loads of pairs of shoes? I don't know if you're sneak dissing me right now because I have a whole lot of sneakers. The word lame in general, like, it's all opinions, like what you think is whack. So I may think something's whack that you don't think is whack, just like vice versa. It's just opinions. I'm not going to say it's lame to have a whole lot of sneakers. I will say it's not normal to have 500 pairs of sneakers. It's not normal to have 20 pairs of sneakers. It's not normal to have 10 pairs of sneakers. And that's my opinion. But as far as saying, isn't it lame, that's your opinion. Next we got from Philly Celebrity. He writes, Batista has bigger hit movies than The Rock. He don't need WWE. I guess he was responding to that other comment. And yeah, that's actually a fact. That Batista has grossed more money on a lot of the movies versus what The Rock was putting out. He also writes, Philly Celeb, he writes, do you think Braun will take the belt off Brock? I would like to see that. I feel like Brock, like, he's such a part-timer where it's like, I feel like Brock needs to just go, man. Like, how are you the champion and you're never on TV? It just is so shitty, like, for the viewers, like, to not see the champion. But the question is he going to put over Braun? You know, is he going to do this? Like, because someone like Brock Lesnar, he calls the shots, you know. You see him, he wears advertisements sometimes on his shirt. He does whatever he wants, basically. Remember back when CM Punk, I think he wanted to do something similar to that, and they shut down that idea. But with Brock, he seems to just do whatever he wants. I would like to see him put over Braun and have Braun win the belt off him. That's what should happen. They need to put over this new talent, and they just completely just build them up to break them down. It's so stupid. I was talking to Ryback, and I was telling him how it was crazy. At one point, he was really, really popular. And I remember when he was wrestling CM Punk and they were in that cage match, and then Brad Maddox hit him with the low blow. A lot of people wanted Ryback to win that title back then. And then once he lost that, it was over for him. His whole hype, everything with him just went down the toilet, I feel like, you know, because he peaked. There was no other thing for him to do. He was at the point where he was going to win the title, and he should have won the title. Storyline-wise, the people I felt like wanted to. He was the face that was over, and CM Punk's the heel. But for some reason, Vince didn't want to take Ryback to that next level. But right then and there, like, by him losing with the low blow from Brad Maddox, it just messed up everything. You know, they tried to make it so it wasn't a clean finish to help Ryback, but it messes up new talent. Even though Ryback really wasn't a new talent, he was repackaged and put back on TV. And if they do the same type of stuff with Braun Strowman, it's the same thing's going to happen. And then Philly Celeb has one more question. He writes, where do you see Jordan Brand being next year? Do you think sales will keep declining? Absolutely. They will keep declining. The problem is that Adidas and other brands are just becoming more and more popular. So until that stops, Jordan is screwed. Jordan Brand is absolutely screwed. Yes, they're going to have hype with their, you know, limited release shoes. If they were smart, they would not make some of their limited release shoes so limited. Like, they should have made more pairs of that Cause 4, and everyone would be wearing that Jordan. But that's what's biting them in the ass. They're doing the limited thing on all the sneakers that people want. But they're at a place right now where they're putting out classics like True Blue 3s, and they've been sitting now on the shelves for a long time. That's no good. When you have those shoes sitting, that's terrible. When you have a sneaker like that Jordan 1 red metallic that never released as far as on a retro, and it's sitting on the shelves, that's bad, man. That's really, really bad. So they have to figure out how to get more people wearing Jordans again. That's really like their main focus, man. And eventually Jordans will become super popular. It shifts, man. Brands start getting more popular than others, and it shifts and shifts. But the way Adidas is right now, the popularity, I mean, they're at a whole nother level, man. Like, they're like where they were like when Run DMC was pushing them with My Adidas and everyone was rocking the shell toes, like, and it was a real major deal. Like, that's where they are again right now. They're just really popping right now. Next we got from Key to Success writes, Navy 11s or Gym Red 11s. I like the Navy 11s better. Next, we got from Retro Young. Shout out to him. He got a YouTube channel. He's from around my way in Yonkers. Shout out to him. He writes, where's the disconnect between the older generation and the younger generation when it comes to the sneaker community? I think the way that some people in the younger generation, how they are like raised, like they're raised differently than how the older generation is. So like things like respecting the older heads like is out the door. I feel like a lot of the younger heads, they kind of just want to run over the older heads. Like they think they know it all. And then I feel like the younger heads also feel like the older heads think they know it all. And some of them definitely do think they know it all, the older heads. I'm not saying it's just the younger heads, but there's just a lot of that going on, I feel like. I think that some people may think I know everything. Delz thinks he knows everything, blah, blah, blah. There's people like that are out there. I really don't think I know everything. I want to learn still, you know. There's just a lot of conflict with that. But to make a long story longer, like, my generation, heads that are in their 30s, like, even late 20s, like, they always respected the OGs no matter what. Trust me, I had OGs that I felt like, you know, were totally, like, wrong, you know what I mean, about shit. But I just keep it to myself because I looked up to them, you know. They inspired me. This new generation, they're not taught that, you know. So that's my opinion on that. Blackout 35, he writes, will you ever do sneaker collection features on your channel? You know, I want to do that. I think I want to do that. If people want to do like a video of their sneaker collections, maybe I will do something like that. I wanted to do it a while ago, but then I forgot. What I would recommend you guys doing, if you want to be featured on my show, show me your top 5 or top 10 sneakers that you love, you know, and take a picture at me at Real DJ Delz on Instagram, and then also hashtag it DJ Delz, and I will check out all of like the people that have sneakers, and then like I'll figure something out, you know, like eventually. So I think that's the best thing to do. And this is what I like about doing the podcast, like pre-recorded. I just had like a brain fart right after I finished recording this, so now I can just go back to this section and add something to it. You know what would be kind of fun to do is like a group review on like for instance, like a collection, like the Bin series or the Dornbecker series. So if you have the Dornbecker series, make sure you show that in the collection and the Bin series. And if I see that my following has every single like Bin collection or Dornbecker collection, we could do like a full review of the collection, going through like each person, breaking down one of the shoes and then putting it as like a mix, you know? It'll be like a mixtape of all the different Dornbeckers or all the different Bin series. You guys get the idea. I think that could be a lot of fun. So use the hashtag DJ Delz. I know a lot of people are using the hashtag Team DJ Delz, and definitely continue doing that, but using the hashtag DJ Delz, there's just less people using that, so I'll be able to check that out. Because if you just tag me in the photo, it may just get lost in the sauce from just a lot of different likes and whatnot. But if you use the hashtag, not so many people are using that hashtag, so I could just click on the hashtag, go through all those photos, and it won't be as many photos to go through. Next we got from Dylan. He writes, Air or Boost? I would say Boost. Boost is way more comfortable, but I don't mind Nike Air. And then he also writes Jordan or Kobe. Jordan, of course. Okay, next we got from Graham Chung. As a longtime Warriors fan, I need to ask, why is there so much hate for them? Besides Draymond Green being a knucklehead and Steph being cocky at some times. I'm from the Run DMC era, so I've seen more shittier basketball games and signing free agents than Jason Caffrey and Derek Fisher. We are by far not even close to the level of the Jordan Bulls era, and everyone seemed to love those teams. I don't know why people hate them, man. I don't have the answers. I really don't. I don't hate them. I just root for the other team usually. But I don't hate them. Next we got from Hold It Down 22. He writes, why are you a bitch? This is coming from someone that's writing something on the internet and has a private account holding a gun at the camera. Sounds like you're talking about yourself, buddy. Who takes pictures with guns? I'm sorry if you do, if you're a listener. I mean, unless you're like a hunter or something like that, but if you're like trying to be all gangster, it's like, I'm gonna pose my guns at the camera. Ooh, like, first of all, the police are watching all this stuff that's going on the internet, and you're holding guns and stuff. That's like the most corniest thing ever. Next, we got from Vizzy285. He writes, how tall am I? I am 7'11". That's how tall I am. Very tall. Next, we got from Michael Francisco. He writes, will other companies use Boost in the future since the technology isn't actually owned by Adidas? And if so, what company can you see using it? I highly doubt any other company will ever use this. There's no way Adidas is going to let that happen. Boost is what made Adidas pop again, along with Kanye West. Without that, it's like proven. Like, if you look at the sneaker stores, if the shoes don't have Boost, they're sitting. Look, that's facts. So without the Boost, it's a wrap. Like, as far as popularity. Not for me. Honestly, I have more Adidas shoes that don't have Boost than do have Boost. And, like, that's for, like, true Adidas heads. Like, we love Adidas without the Boost just as much as with the Boost. Like, if you just love Adidas Boost because of the technology and comfort, though, I totally get it, 100%. You may not like the old Adidas style, but I love the old Adidas style. Like, I absolutely love it. Next, we got from Rob Boogie. He writes, talk about the Funkmaster Flex Tupac allegations. I'm a big Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. fan. You being a New Yorker, I would love to hear your opinion. Been a fan of your channel for a long time. Okay, so my opinion on Funkmaster Flex and the whole ordeal, I thought it was kind of wild. Like, I was so shocked when I turned on my Instagram and I'm hearing Flex like going in. He's like, get C's in here and this, that. I don't know if you guys know, but I've worked with C's in the past. Little C's in the Junior Mafia. Like, there was a whole mixtape project we put out together. Came out, I think, like 5 years ago. It got some good press back when it came out. But I texted Little C's right away just to tell him, you better get on Funk Flex's Instagram Live. And he didn't even call Flex, so you couldn't even hear his voice. He was in the comments section. You knew it was Little C's because he was verified, so you could see his name. But he was like trying to have C's like confirm everything. It was so awkward and just strange. Like, why couldn't you just like do like an interview on the radio or something? Like, for it to be on the Instagram Live, I felt like it was kind of spur of the moment. Like, something just lit a fire under him, you know, where he just like got mad heated or something. And I feel like maybe there's more to this. Like, I don't know why Flex is going in all of a sudden, like right now. Maybe it's because of the movie that's coming out and it's bringing back a lot of feelings, because he was really emotional on another live stream where he started like crying and whatnot, you know. And you got to keep in mind that Funk Flex, he is like such a legend. And like people, like, this is what I'm talking about with like the new generation versus the old generation. Like, people that are young, I don't think they really understand what this man did for hip-hop, because a lot of this new generation doesn't care about the past. They don't care about any of that shit. They just care about what's going on today, and more important, what's going on tomorrow, you know, as far as music. That's why, like, music doesn't even last long. Like, people be like, yo, you heard the new song? Yo, you heard the new song? It's always, yo, did you hear the new song? Not, yo, this fucking album, man, I still listen to it. I'm vibing off this shit. This shit is crack. An album comes out. Kendrick puts out an album. Yo, this is classic. Meanwhile, the album just came out and you're calling it classic. Like, a lot of this new generation, I'm not going to say all of it, but there's a lot of it. Their focus and their attention span is really short. Like, they're always moving on to the next thing. Even sneakers. What's coming out next? What's coming out next? Not like, yo, you know, I got this pair. I love this pair. And then they were talking about the pair like a month later. You bought a pair of shoes. You should be like really like digging that pair of shoes, not always just focusing on the next pickup. Like, the attention span is crazy with this new generation. And I definitely don't want to come off like I'm dissing Flex, because he's a legend. And he's an OG to me. Like, he is an OG to me, so I want to respect him. But I'm going to definitely be honest with you guys, because if I'm not, then that's whack. I feel like that was the wrong place to do all that. And I feel like it was just wrong in general. The man is dead. He's been dead for like 10 years. Leave Tupac alone. Like, why didn't you speak about that before? Like, why didn't you speak about it when Biggie got killed? Like, that's when you should have raged out, you know? Because he was like in a rage, because I felt like he was kind of like getting Biggie's back. But it was like, it's so long ago. Like, you know, people were pissed off when Biggie died, and people were pissed off with that whole East Coast, West Coast thing. I was there, man. I watched it. I was a kid in school. Like, think about being, for all the, like, younger dudes, think about actually being in, like, middle school and seeing, like, all this shit going down, and you're just being a young kid that likes hip-hop, and, like, you listen to New York radio, and you're hearing everyone dissing them. You listen to the mixtapes. I remember DJ Doo-Wop, for the mixtape heads from back in the days, I remember him saying, fuck Tupac. Like, he was going in, man. Like, this shit was crazy, the East versus West Coast thing. So, like, you got to put in perspective that, like, someone like Flex, he wasn't really involved with the whole shit. He was a New York DJ. And it was really like New York versus the West Coast. And I think that maybe something happened where, you know, a switch got lit up where he's just in a rage right now. Maybe we don't know everything about why Flex is so pissed and emotional. And I don't mean that in a dissing way, like emotional. But, I mean, if you're going to tear up, you have a lot of feelings built inside. And, of course, there's a lot of feelings built inside, because what he's basically stating, for people that may be like, what the hell are you talking about? Funk Flex was saying that Tupac shot himself in Quad Studios and blamed it on Biggie. And Tupac was actually the one that shot himself. And then people in the background was saying he cheddar bobbed him, and like they were like kind of goofing off on him, and people really caught a lot of offense to that. So that's what the whole situation is. He did it on a live stream for people that have no clue what I'm talking about. I apologize for not breaking that down to begin with, for anyone that doesn't know what the hell I was talking about. But I think it was the wrong place, wrong time. What's done is done. There's nothing he can do about it now but keep it moving. I think he needs to just lay off that, man. Like, I don't believe in talking negative about the dead. It's not cool to do that. It's just not right to do. But everyone's their own man, and people are going to say what they want to say. But I definitely truly think like there's got to be more to it that really got Flex so lit. Like, dude was just going in on that Instagram, man. I think he also enjoys the Instagram Live, the interaction, and he seems to be someone that always wants to be up to date with what's going on. He's not one of them older dudes that, you know, is going to just stick with what they know and not want to learn more and more and more of what's going on. As technology goes, he's adapting to technology versus other people his age that are like, they don't know how to do certain type of stuff when it comes to technology with the internet and all that good stuff. So, you know, Flex is definitely no young dude, man. I mean, you got to keep in mind, man, this man has been DJing for so long. I mean, he broke so many records in New York, like so many records. I remember listening to him when I was a little kid on the radio, and like it was insane. Like I'm talking like hearing him like playing like Lords of the Underground, Chief Rocker. Like, that's how old we're going back with Funk Flex, man. This dude broke so many records, man. He got Biggie Smalls did a damn remix. Funk Flex is the illest. To Biggie Smalls is the illest.
I want to do something a little special for my man. Funk Master Flex.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like, to have Biggie, one of the greatest, do promos like this is insane. With Puffy. And this is like, you know, the beginning. Crazy. I mean, you guys get the drift, you know. He got so many legendary moments, like on the radio. Like, I remember when he had Nori, Cannabis, DMX freestyling. It was so crazy. Like, in the beginning of their careers, it was insane. Like, mad legendary moments on the radio. People don't understand, like, how many artists he broke, man, that he put on the map playing their records. And the dude is like hip hop history, like. And if you don't know much about him, man, like, just listen to like 60 Minutes of Funk, like volume 1, 2, and 3. And you can be like, damn, man, putting out those album mixtapes. And the dude is a legend. You could like his personality or not. But regardless, what he did for hip hop, like, you could probably make a movie on it. Like, for real. You probably could make a movie about his life. I feel like I'm just giving so much props to like Funk Flex, Biggie. You gotta understand, Tupac was like one of my favorite artists growing up. Like, that motherfucker spoke to me. Like, he was like I feel like rappers like Tupac are like, they're so special because it feels like they're speaking to you. Like, someone like Tupac, DMX, Scarface, like, these are rappers that I love. Nas, like, I know Nas is super lyrical and whatnot, but he's still in that category because when I listen to these kind of artists, like, I hear them, like, they're like talking to me, you know? It's not like where a lot of the hip hop is like either like super lyrical or it's, in this case, in 2017, super duper stupid, dumbed down for people that are just brain dead, or it's just putting stuff out there, like speaking to the people. That's what Tupac was. He was like an amazing storyteller. He always told a story. One of the best storytellers. He's up there with Rakim. He's up there with KRS-One. He's up there. And KRS-One was an amazing lyricist too. But KRS-One told some amazing stories. Slick Rick, amazing storyteller. Biggie Smalls, amazing storyteller. You know, this man, Tupac, is like up there with the greatest, top 5. Easy. Maybe even number 1. He could definitely be number 1 storytelling. That's a big thing people will argue with. Even Nas was great at storytelling. Nas is just, he's my favorite rapper, Nas, by the way. But Tupac's amazing, and people love Tupac. So when Flex is saying stuff about Tupac, and this is 10 years from when he was killed, like, that's gonna really piss people off. Like, really, really piss people off that are like really passionate about Tupac. So I could totally see why people are really pissed off at Flex. I can totally understand it. One more thing I want to speak about before we close out this podcast. I just want to send my condolences to the family and friends of Christopher Big Black Boykins, who passed away, unfortunately, at such a young age. I think he was 45 years old. But man, I'll tell you, I loved what he did on MTV, man. To me, he was so funny. And in my opinion, he was just as funny as Rob Dyrdek. Right? Dyrdek? Is that his name? Rob Dyrdek? Or is that Scott Dyrdek? I'm so confused right now with these names. But you know what I mean. Rob and Big. I'm shot. But, man, he was such a funny guy, man. And I loved his personality on TV. Definitely watched so many episodes between that and that other show where they were in that warehouse. I forgot what it was called. But he was just so entertaining. And it's a shame for anyone, forget about if they're on TV or not, to pass away at such a young age. 45 years old is super young, man. Like, that's way too young to die. And I just wanted to, you know, just mention him and just talk about him quickly. That I was a fan of his. Like, I really loved what he did. He was, to me, he was a comedian. He put out a lot of great comedy on MTV. Really, really did, man. So, rest in peace to Big Black. And that's it for today's podcast. Guys, I've got great news for anyone that was thinking about copping a Sneaker Addict tee that has not yet. Tomorrow, May 12th, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over at ProWrestlingTees.com/DJ Delz. ProWrestlingTees.com, ProWrestlingTees.com/DJ DELZ. You, for 24 hours, you will have the opportunity to get the t-shirts for 20% off. This will not happen again for a very long time, possibly Black Friday. They ship worldwide, and the code is 300K. So go to ProWrestlingTees.com/DJ Delz. Enter code 300K. The letter K, the number 300K. At checkout, 20% off. High quality t-shirts. These guys make t-shirts for Ric Flair, for CM Punk, tons of stars. You're getting high quality tees, and it's a great way to represent what I do on the podcast, what I do as far as on YouTube, and it's a great way to just spread the word out about my show, man. It's great to support it. When I put these podcasts on iTunes also and SoundCloud, I actually have to pay a yearly fee every year, and it's not cheap. So buying a t-shirt actually really helps out a lot. If you are listening to this on iTunes and SoundCloud, it's not free like YouTube. I actually have to pay for it. So copping a tee just helps support the show. And also, I have this thing called Patreon now. Patreon.com/DJ Delz. There's all different kinds of rewards if you join, and it's really cool. You could join and enter to be in a monthly giveaway. You could also join and we do an actual chat. All of us will just hang out and chat, whoever's a member of the Patreon. And it's exclusive to Patreon members only. So, if you want to hang out, talk sneakers, whatever you want to talk about, sports, join the Patreon. Check it out, patreon.com/DJ Delz. All these websites will be in the description box below to make life easy for you. And one more site I definitely got to plug is my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. Thesneakeraddict.com, your place to get your sneaker news. When a shoe's releasing in the morning, go to my blog. I'll have tons of information to help you guys out. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in. Thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube, which should be over at the Delz Show. It will not be at the Sneaker Addict Show. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button because you're probably not subscribed to the Delz Show. Much love to everyone. If I missed your question, I just honestly missed your question. There's so many on my Instagram. I apologize. Shoot it my way next week. And everyone have a great weekend. We out.